after 60. 5 compliments that make women fall for you. If you knew that one sentence, just one, could make her heart race and her memory hold on to you forever, would you still waste time with weak lines like "you're hot" or "nice dress"? Most older men have no clue how powerful their words are. They think attraction is all about looks, money, or status. But the truth is, the way you make her feel is what really sets you apart. And here's the real game changer. One of the most underrated weapons you have is a well-placed compliment. One sentence, delivered the right way, can completely change how she sees you, sometimes even making her ready to take things straight to the bedroom with you. Welcome back to my channel, it's Vernon again. In this video, I'm going to share 5 compliments that make women fall for you, not because they're clever or romantic, but because they speak to what women truly long to hear after 60. These are the words most men never say, yet the men who do say them are remembered and chosen. The issue before we dive in, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what we explore together each week. Now let's begin with the first compliment, the one that reaches her long before anything else does. Number 1. I feel calm when I'm with you. Most men rush past this kind of compliment without realizing how powerful it is. Especially after 60, they assume women want to hear about beauty, youth, or attraction. But at this stage of life, many women are no longer searching to be admired. When you tell a woman that you feel calm in her presence, you're speaking directly to something deep inside her that few men ever acknowledge. You're telling her she is not chaos, not stress, not another problem to manage. You're telling her she is a place where your guard lowers and your nervous system can finally rest. A woman hears this and understands something instantly. She understands that she brings steadiness into your life, that her energy soothes rather than drains, that she is someone you would choose not just on good days but on tired ones too. This kind of compliment makes her feel emotionally safe, and emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations for love after 60. It shows maturity, self-awareness, and the quiet confidence of a man who knows what peace is worth, because he's lived without it before. Most men never say this because they think it sounds weak or unromantic. In reality, it's neither. It's honest, and honesty lands harder than charm ever will. When a woman realizes that being herself around you brings calm rather than tension, her heart naturally moves closer. She feels appreciated not for what she does, but for who she is when she does nothing at all. It reassures her soul. Once a woman feels that kind of emotional security with you, the next compliment opens an even deeper door she didn't expect you to notice. Number 2. You make me feel understood. This is another compliment most men never say, yet it carries enormous weight for a woman after 60. By this stage in life, many women have spent years explaining themselves, softening their opinions, or feeling talked over in relationships. So when a man looks at her and says sincerely that she makes him feel understood, it reaches a place inside her that goes far beyond romance. It tells her she is not just listened to, but truly received. What she hears in that sentence is this: you don't rush to fix her, argue with her, or minimize her feelings. You take her words seriously. You believe her inner world matters. That kind of recognition is deeply attractive because it reflects emotional maturity and respect. 2 qualities women value far more than surface charm as they grow older. It also signals that you are capable of real connection, not just pleasant conversation. Most men avoid this compliment because it requires vulnerability. Admitting that someone understands you means admitting that you need to be understood. But for a woman, hearing this from a man is incredibly grounding. She feels chosen not for entertainment, beauty, or convenience, but for her insight, her empathy, and her way of seeing the world. The issue that recognition creates closeness without pressure and warmth without effort. When a woman realizes she can be fully herself with you and still be valued, her affection deepens naturally. She doesn't feel like she has to perform or impress. She simply feels safe to stay. Have you ever felt truly understood by someone later in life? or made someone else feel deeply seen with just a few honest words? I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story might resonate with more people than you think. Issue from that sense of being deeply understood, the next compliment becomes even more meaningful, because it speaks to how she impacts your life beyond words. Number 3. I trust you with the real me. Trust at this stage of life is not casual. It's earned through time, disappointment, and self-protection. When you tell a woman that you trust her with the real version of yourself, you're saying something far deeper than affection. You're telling her that around her you don't need armor. The issue, you don't need performance, you don't need to stay guarded. A woman understands immediately what this means. She hears that you feel emotionally safe with her, that you're willing to be honest about your fears, your past, and the parts of yourself you don't show to everyone. That kind of trust is incredibly magnetic because it signals maturity and emotional depth. It tells her that you see her not as someone to impress, but as someone to lean into. Most men never voice this because it requires courage. It means admitting that you value emotional closeness more than control. But for a woman, hearing that she is trusted with your inner world creates a powerful bond. She feels respected. She feels chosen. She feels like she matters in a way that goes beyond companionship or attraction. At this age, many women are tired of being praised for what they offer on the surface. The issue, they long to be acknowledged for the stability, discretion, and understanding they bring into a man's life. When you give her this compliment, you are honoring those qualities directly. And once a woman feels trusted at that level, she naturally opens her heart a little wider in return. When that level of trust settles in something else, quietly follows in how you see yourself when you're around her, and a realization she may not even know she's creating. Number 4. You bring out a softer side of May. Life has required many men to be strong for decades. That's strong at work, strong for family, strong through loss, responsibility, and silence. That strength often becomes a habit, even when it's no longer needed. So when you tell a woman that she brings out a softer side of you, you're offering her something rare. The knowledge that with her, you don't have to stay rigid. You can relax. You can be gentle. You can let yourself feel without needing to stay on guard. A woman understands the weight of this immediately. She hears that her presence gives you permission to be human, not just capable, that she creates a space where tenderness is allowed and emotional expression is welcomed, not judged. At this stage of life, that realization is deeply attractive because it speaks to emotional maturity, tells her she's not just admired, she's trusted to hold your vulnerability with care. Most men hide their softer sides because they've been taught it reduces their value. In truth, sharing it increases intimacy. When a woman knows she can soften you without effort, she feels a quiet pride and a gentle responsibility toward the connection you're building together. That emotional closeness doesn't rush love, but it invites it to grow naturally without pressure. When you give this compliment, you're not praising her actions or her appearance. You're honoring the emotional environment she creates around you, and that kind of recognition stays with her long after the conversation ends. Go ahead and like the video to help these honest conversations reach more people who need them. Your support keeps this community growing. As that softness becomes part of how you feel together, the final compliment carries a depth that often turns affection into something lasting. Number 5. I choose you even when nothing is perfect. By this stage of life, most women have learned that perfection is an illusion. They've seen relationships falter not because love disappeared, but because circumstances became complicated, timing felt wrong, or life simply became heavy. So when a man tells her that he chooses her even without perfection, he's offering something far deeper than romance. He's offering acceptance. He's telling her that love does not depend on flawless moments, easy days, or carefully curated versions of herself. What she hears in this compliment is a quiet promise. She hears that you are not idealizing her but truly seeing her. That you understand her history, her moods, her boundaries, and her imperfections. and still feel drawn toward her with intention at this age. Being chosen consciously matters far more than being admired impulsively. It tells her that your interest isn't fragile. Most men hesitate to say something like this because it feels too serious, too revealing, or too vulnerable. But for a woman who has lived long enough to value honesty over fantasy, these words land gently and powerfully. They reassure her that she doesn't need to perform, chase, or prove herself to be worthy of your presence. The issue she can simply be. When a woman feels chosen in this way, her attachment deepens naturally. She relaxes into the connection, no longer fearing abandonment over small missteps or quiet flaws. This compliment does not rush love, but it invites stability, the kind of emotional ground where affection can grow into something enduring. And sometimes it is this single assurance that turns affection into commitment, because everyone longs to be chosen without conditions. As we grow older, words carry more weight than they ever did when we were young. Compliments are no longer about impressing someone or making a moment feel romantic. They become reflections of awareness, respect, and emotional maturity. These 5 compliments don't work because they are clever or charming. They work because they speak to what many women after 60 quietly hope to feel again. Calm, understanding, trust, gentleness, and the reassurance of being chosen without conditions. Older men never say these things, because they were never taught how powerful they are. But when a man speaks with honesty and presence, his words land differently. A woman doesn't just hear them, she feels them. And when she feels genuinely seen and emotionally safe, affection grows in its own time without pressure or pretense. At this stage of life, falling for someone isn't about being swept away. It's about feeling settled beside another person. It's about sharing space where neither of you has to pretend anymore. These simple words open that space. They invite closeness that feels calm, steady, and real. The kind of connection that lasts, because it is built on truth rather than excitement. If these thoughts resonated like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe to my channel with notifications turned on so you can continue these conversations with me. I'm Vernon. Thank you for watching my video till now, and see you next time.